This clip is brought to you by Mark Bell Slingshot. This gear is made for lifters by lifters. Enjoy this clip.
But it's not easy to figure certain things out, right? Like food labels can be a little different, right? They have like I think like a 15%. I don't know what the laws are.
Well, they can't be. I mean, like when you see like my chicken, 2.5 grams of fat per 3 ounces. It's an animal,
Right.
If we ate human, it would be like 85-15 ground human, That doesn't mean every human on earth has 15% body fat.
Yeah.
I might be around 15%. You're lower than 15%. You're lower than 15%. Joe's way above 15%.
way above 15%.
Joe doesn't have a microphone. This is unfair.
But so that's what you're doing. You're what they did at one point, some farm that produced the chicken, they probably took this chunk of chicken, put it in like a bomb calorimetry, measured the calorie content of that particular group of chickens at that time 25 years ago in the 90s or whatever when they forced the food label, and then they list it to the decimal.
And each company utilizes that.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so it's not like every company, like I sell supplements as well. And with my supplements, I didn't actually test my stuff for how many calories it has. And it's an estimate based off of what we know about like whey protein and all the supplement companies.
And there's only so accurate you can be.
And all food is that way. It's all based off
look at like you go get 96.4 ground beef. Do you think that's made in a pharmacy? They're not like guys with hazmat suits. Like it's it's a butcher. He's like, yeah, these are the leaner cuts. Just try to trim the fat and put it in here. And it's about 96.4, but to try to like you calculate things to the decimal place of a gram for macronutrients,
could be 80-20 for all we know.
Yeah, and I'm sure on a Friday afternoon when Bubba's trying to get off his shift, you don't care. Yeah, right. Just put everything in there.
Yeah, so there can be discrepancies in that, and then calories out can be hard to figure out. But even with all that, it's still a manageable and a good idea to kind of track calories. In your opinion, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I really don't. In my diets, we go by macronutrients.
Okay.
Which is basically the same thing. But and the reason I do it is to kind of lose that variation. And so I have a list of like a food list.
You're not worried about the precise accuracy of the actual overall calories because it can fluctuate.
Yeah, and it's going to fluctuate more within the natural variance of the food sources than you can even calculate. If you eat chicken for 6 meals, what the true calorie count of those 6 meals or true fat count, protein count is basically a bell curve, where the center of that bell curve is probably about what the food label says. Mm-hmm. But if you have a day where you ate 6 super lean muscular chickens, you had a higher protein and lower fat than you were calculating. And conversely, if you ate a bunch of fatty chicken one day, you're going to be off on the other end. Mm. And so like what I do is I just have people like say I gave you a meal with 50 grams of protein as your macro for that, and you would pick from a food list protein sources, and there would be like 96.4 ground beef, chicken breast, chicken tenderloin, turkey, things like that. Eggs with egg whites, like a 6-to-1 ratio of eggs whites to yolk, and then those aren't all exactly the same macros. But if you get 50 grams from those, the fat variance, we don't count the fat, as close as there's more variance between each individual source than between each other source. Meaning, like if you ate a particularly lean 96.4, even though the food label says it has higher fat than chicken, that one could be lower fat than the chicken you ate the next meal. So I only count the direct macros in each source. So if you pick like a protein source in a meal, like chicken, you would only count the protein from that. Rice, maybe for your carb source, you'd only count the carbohydrates from that. If we added a fat source like avocado, you'd only count the fat from that.
Fat Project family, we appreciate you checking out this clip. Check out another one. Just go check out another one. Or comment down below and let us know what you liked about this one. But we love you guys, and we're going to keep bringing you the heat. So comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff, okay? Peace.